welcome. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to explain in this short tips about sun salutations. There's many variations, and depending on what kind of day you're feeling like, what kind of injuries you might be dealing with, what kind of energy levels you have, you might want to modify them, and it's totally fine. You just want to be really mindful. Just find a really mindful place when you're doing these today and just really feel what is good to you. That's what I want you to take away from this. What's going to be best for your body. There really are no absolutes in yoga. It's kind of like what feels best for you within certain guidelines, making sure that you're keeping yourself healthy and safe and just feeling good at the end of the day, because that's the best part about getting to your mat, is when you get off you feel so much better. So with that being said, we're going to start with a seated position, work on a little bit of breath and an intention. Make sure you have a couple blocks handy in case you need that today. And then when you're ready, find your comfortable seat, let your eyes close, and just let the hands rest on your thighs. And just start to bring yourself into the room, onto your mat, into your body, and start to build your breath here. Inhaling, exhaling a little deeper. Engaging that Ujjayi pranayama. And then trying to inhale and exhale to a count of 3 on either side of that breath. Making it nice and full. And this is going to help you for your sun salutations, building this breath. Your breath is going to match your movement. So maybe your breath might be a little shorter, it might be a little longer than mine. Follow your breath today during this tip. Few more rounds. Settling in, setting an intention of just noticing what feels best for your body. Then wherever you are in your breathing cycle, exhale fully. Let those eyes blink open. And we're going to make our way to the top of your mat. So first of all, we're going to start off with sun salutations that are halfway. So you're not going to put your weight on the ground. Sometimes if you're dealing with a wrist injury, elbow injury, and you don't want to put any weight on it. So you can still get the sun salutation benefits. You can still work on the lengthening of your hamstrings with any issues of your wrists or elbows. So come and find your stance at the top of your mat, whether it be hip distance or your big toes touching. Just make sure you're grounded in the 4 corners of your feet. And just notice that your feet are parallel to one another. And then just notice how that feels to stand on your feet. Find a little activity in the legs. Shoulder blades drawn to the back, gaze is forward. Exhale fully here. As you inhale, take the arms up, gaze goes up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, long spine, fold forward. And you can bend your knees here. As you inhale, lengthen maybe hands to shins. And then exhale, refold over straight legs, maybe bent legs depending on your back. Press into the feet. Inhale takes those arms up, spine lengthens. And exhale, hands to your heart. So that's one variation. Knees bent, legs straight, with your hands towards your shins. Second option with the blocks. Inhale takes those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, press into the blocks. Exhale, refold. Inhale, press into the feet, engage the core, take those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. So you have those options. Third option, to the floor. Inhale takes you up. Exhale, fold. Lining up those fingertips, toe tips. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, refold, chin toward the chest. Press into those feet. Inhale takes the arms out as the neck grows long. And exhale, hands to heart. So you can always work with the half sun salutations. Those are always there for you. You can do those even in a class, and you just repeat those when they're in downward dog. You hold your forward bend. So from here, we're going to go into a couple lunging ones. We're going to use our blocks to start first. So have your blocks, depending on how you're feeling in the hamstrings, your blocks can be on the higher level or the lower level. So ground down once again. Those blocks are just slightly in front of your toes. Exhale fully. As you inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold. Hands to blocks. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, step just the left foot back so that right foot's forward. And if the blocks are too far forward here, you can bring them back here. So pause here, take an inhale. exhale. And you can stay here really how long as you want, stretching it out, feeling the strength. And then on your next inhale, bend into the knee. Exhale, step that foot forward. Inhale, lengthen again. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthens you. As you exhale, press into that left foot, step the right foot back. And again, you can move those blocks back, shoulders roll back, inner thigh spirals back, so nice high lunge. Breathe. Inhale here. Exhale. As you inhale, bend into the back knee. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, takes those arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So adding on just a little bit deeper stretch, we're going to start with our knee down. But again, using those blocks. Inhale, takes you up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend into the knee, step just the left foot back. Nice slow lunge, this time back knee drops. And then inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale, pause. Take a big inhale, drop the tailbone, lift the shoulder blades back. And then exhale, hands to blocks. Press into those blocks. Inhale, straightens the back leg. Exhale, steps it forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Other side. Inhale, lengthens you. Exhale, bend to the knee, step just the right foot back. Nice slow lunge, let the back knee drop. Draw in through the lower belly. Inhale, lifts the arms. Exhale, relax the shoulders down as you lengthen the tailbone to the floor. One more big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, hands to block. Exhale, straighten the back leg. Take an inhale here. And exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, refold. Inhale brings you all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So one more round of lunging, standing if it's appropriate. You don't have to use the blocks. Right side, left side equals one round with these. Inhale takes you up. And exhale, fold. Notice how your body's feeling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knee, step just that left foot back. Nice low lunge. Pause here, heart comes forward, pull in through the lower belly, maybe hands to thighs, maybe arms reach. Good. Drop the tailbone toward the mat, lift up through the chest, one more big inhale, and exhale, hands to the blocks. Inhale here, grow long, and exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Opposite side, inhale, lengthen. You can always drop the blocks. Exhale, bend into the knee, step just that right foot back. Nice low lunge, keep that back leg nice and strong. And then inhale, maybe hands to thighs. Exhale, lift the chest. And if you're finding you're pitching forward too much, you can bend into the back knee, lift up through that lower belly, shoulder blades onto the back. Maybe gaze goes up. Inhale here. And exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, grow long, and exhale, step the foot forward. Inhale, nice flat back, lengthen it out, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, takes those arms up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Pause here for a moment, hands at your heart, just notice how it's feeling. Notice if any of those were challenging. Notice if you need to stay there. We're going to add on just a little bit, coming into a little bit more of a normal sun salutation A with stepping back and maybe a vinyasa. We're going to start off with no vinyasa to begin. So exhale fully here. Release the hands. Inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend the knees. Hands can go to blocks. You're going to step the right foot back, bring the right knee down. Step the left foot back, bring that knee down. Remove the blocks from right underneath, or actually better yet, place those hands right behind your blocks. And then straighten the legs. Come to plank, and then lift the hips, downward facing dog. So pressing into the hands, lengthen it back. So this can always be your option as people are doing a vinyasa. And then inhale, look forward, come to plank. Exhale, knee down, hands to blocks, and then place one foot forward, straighten the back leg, and step the opposite foot forward. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, taking those arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. So taking a moment here and just explaining, a lot of times in a vinyasa, people will come down to the ground, and then from here, if you have the flexibility, you're able to step it back. But some people have that hip flexibility, it's really tight, so they can't go from this position back here very fluidly. So you have those blocks. So those blocks are there on any level, so as you come down, you can step a foot back. It's really hard to come back though with both and then get your hands to the floor. So that's why I like dropping the knee version, dropping the knee, and then being able to put the hands down. When you come back, you can do the same thing. So you have your blocks. You're coming forward, you come to your knees, you come from your downward dog. They're saying to step forward, you just shift forward, knees down, hands to blocks, straighten those legs, and then step that foot up. It's just giving you more clearance here, more space. So as you notice, if I don't have the blocks, and I'm pressing down, and I'm in my downward dog, and I come forward to step forward, sometimes I don't have enough clearance and I can't quite get there, and you always have the option to do this as well. But sometimes over time you want to build that flexibility, so you want to be able to press into something to bring that foot forward. So most people, when they step it forward, drop to the knee to nose, stepping it forward to that low lunge, and then this foot finds trouble coming forward. So when you have those blocks, it just brings the ground to you, so you can step it forward with a nice strong legs and a long spine. And fold. So from there, you have many other options in. You can add in the vinyasa or not. You can just work with that. The way that I would go is I would use the blocks, bring my hands to the floor, just as I did there. So I'm going to demonstrate that one more time. So if you're not doing the vinyasa, this is kind of what I would do if I were not doing that and doing just a nice little bit sun salutation with the class. My blocks will be on this level. Exhale, fully. Inhale takes you up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the hand, step one foot back. Knee comes down. Second foot comes down. I actually move the blocks out of my way. Straighten my legs. Downward dog. So they're going through that vinyasa, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Then you breathe your 5 breaths, pressing into those hands. Lift the tailbone, inner thigh spiral back. Make that sideways grow long. Find your breath. And then inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, knees down, hands to blocks. Inhale, straighten those legs, take plank. And then exhale, step one foot forward. Inhale, exhale, other foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Press into those feet. Inhale brings you up. And exhale, hands release. So that's an option. So next, talking a little bit about that vinyasa, that lowering down, maybe baby cobra, cobra, upward dog. So there's a few progressions for that. It's an all body engagement. What you really want to work on when you're in upward dog is your wrist, elbow, and shoulder are in a nice straight line. A lot of times it tends to be the shoulder head is in front of the wrist, causing a lot of issues with the shoulder. So if you think about it, you're trying to roll the shoulder back, not trying to drop the head forward. So first thing people tend to do is go too low in their vinyasa. So we're just going to work on lowering straight to the ground and see how that feels. So from here, going to come all the way down to your hands and knees. Remove the blocks, but actually put those blocks just at the top of your mat so you can kind of gauge. If you notice, it's an estimate, but it kind of works. Your block is about as long as your forearm, maybe a little taller, maybe a little shorter, but you get the right idea. That's about as low as you need to go for your vinyasa. But have those at the top. We'll get back to them in a moment. So from here, place those hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. So find your downward dog, press into those hands. Exhale fully. Inhale, shift the weight forward, plank. As you exhale, drop the knees, but notice when I dropped the knees, I kept my shoulders coming forward. You're gonna bend your elbows by your side. They're bending backwards, not out to the side like a normal push-up. They're bending back, and then my shoulder heads just kind of come right to the top of those blocks. Take an inhale, and then exhale, lower all the way to the floor. As I lowered to the floor, notice my shoulder heads kept rolling back, so then I can go right into my upward, or my baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Shoulder heads still roll back. Tuck the toes, engage the core, press in with my knees, press with my hands to that plank. Straighten the legs, downward dog. So that's really one of my most favorite ways to build strength. I was dealing with a shoulder injury, and I know it was because I was maybe doing a little too much weights, and then I was kind of going down a little too low. I wasn't being mindful of my shoulder head. And by doing just those repetitions really helped build my strength, because you got to really build your upper back strength, your tricep strength, and then your chest strength by just doing that lowering and actually pushing up instead of the upward dog. So let's try that one more time. So come back to your plank, hands right underneath those shoulders, straighten those legs, and then press it back, downward dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forward to plank. As you inhale, lower the knees, heart comes forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, pause, shoulder heads back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then exhale, roll it down. So notice my shoulders are still back. Elbows draw in, press through the hands. Inhale, shoulders roll back slightly, slight press in the hands. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Engage the core. Press with those hands. Pull up with the hips first. Exhale. And then straighten the legs. Downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. So second option, inhale brings it forward. Exhale, maybe you can lower on your toes. So you're going to exhale nice and slow, pause, and then all the way to the floor. So again, elbows keep squeezing, shoulders draw back. Point the toes, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Toes are tucked. Engage the core. This is where you take a little bit of lift with the hips first. Shoulders draw onto the back. Press it back, plank. Pause there, inhale. And exhale, downward dog. So that one, as you notice, takes a little bit more strength. Okay, you're gonna have to practice a little bit more. And you can always practice maybe straighten one leg while you push up, one knee's bent. So what that would look like is here. I'm in my plank again, shift forward, and I bend one knee, right? So I'll bend my front knee first so you can see it, and then I lower. Nice and slow all the way down. And then from here, shoulder heads already back, point both toes, baby cobra, draw it down, tuck the toes. I'm gonna keep that same knee bent, other leg straightens, exhale, press it up. Then I straighten, downward dog. So you have that as an option too, while you're building your strength. I highly recommend sticking with this for now and just building your strength. When you're ready, yes, you can go upward dog front instead of baby cobra to the floor. Really making sure everything's in line. Even me, I have to really make sure I'm being very mindful. Showing you what that would look like. I'm going to use the blocks to make sure that my shoulder heads don't go down too low. You're going to press in with those hands. Come to my plank. And then for me, I shift my weight slightly forward. I bend those elbows. And then I flip my toes. Shoulders roll back, heart comes forward, chest draws back. Chest draws forward, chin draws back. So you don't have to look up. Look straight ahead. And then to flip it over, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Flipping those toes again. So as you flip over, you really have to press into those hands. One more time. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, shoulders roll back. And as you exhale, press into those hands, lift the hips, and press into those heels. Exhale fully. So nice full inhales and exhales throughout your sun salutations. They kind of are like a moving meditation. So you want it to look and feel fluid. You want it to feel right for you. And a lot of times in class, some instructors tend to go a little faster with their breath. Slower is better, because that means you can really slow it down. But if they're going a little too fast, you know eventually where they're going. So you just catch up when you're there. Hopefully these tips helped you a little bit, helped you understand where you need to be working or where you'd like to go with your Sun Salutations. This is just for Surya Namaskara A, so it's just the first series or the half series. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Namaste.